welcome to the goddamn gum show.
It's also a chart for how white I am, if you look here.
Yeah, but if the guns are big enough, you can, you know.
They're not. They're not big enough to distract from how bright it is. It's reflective.
If 3 years ago Chris could see you.
Yeah. That'd be crazy.
Oh, man, I have something to look forward to.
Yeah, no, right? I did I sent you a message about it. I bought a cosplay Spider-Man mask. That's
yeah. You did send me that.
So I'm patiently waiting for that to ship from somewhere in the world. Mm-hmm. And then I will have my first step, but not
you could be Peter B. Parker.
Oh yeah, I could do that right now easily.
Yeah,
that might even
gray
be
sweats.
Dude, honestly, I might even get my hair cut during Halloween this year just so I can have like the fucking I don't know even how to explain it. It looks like celery.
I know what
it's
you're
like
talking.
wilting hair, you know, like wilted celery hair. That's what he got.
We'll call you Wilt Ferrell.
Pause for Will Ferrell.
Pause for tomatoes getting thrown at me.
Boo. Yeah. I can find a green screen video of tomatoes being thrown at the screen. We'll do that.
Nice.
What's the one podcast I sent you the clip of where he gets the animator to draw shit over top of it, like where he's like shitting, and
that was
like,
good.
It's so fucking
good.
That
was good. That was funny.
Maybe that's how I get back into animation. I do a frame by frame animation of a single tomato hitting you in the forehead close up.
Just coming down.
I can do that. But yeah,
we have the technology.
We're in 2024.
We are.
This is the future. This is the first episode too, as well. If you're
of
new
the year,
here,
this is the first episode of the year.
First episode of the year. First episode that we're not putting the episode number in the title to maybe get new viewers. So if you fell for that, get wrecked. Sorry. You fell for it. This is episode like 100 some odd, but guess what?
It's 149, but you know.
Yeah, it'll be in the description.
We'll say numbers on milestones. Like when 200 hits, you're gonna know that shit's 200
for sure. It was funny because I was listening to. I messaged you about it, and I heard it on a podcast, and they said it just in passing, and there was just this moment of just like in my brain, like that makes so much sense.
Yeah,
why we aren't getting like a ton of new viewers on the podcast? Not saying that we're gonna get a ton on this one either, but like we're setting ourselves up for defeat. With the way that we're just episode 1,000,000 of two guys you've never fucking heard
You've
from
never
before.
met us. You've missed so much.
Listen to 2+ hours of these guys now and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Ain't happening.
It's fine. I mean, actually, them first like 50, you don't even know when should go listen to.
Yeah, they're not even worth time at this point. I mean, there's not even video versions that are like video versions.
If there's not a real video, then there's no need to.
Even those are kind of bad, the old ones that we first got the webcam.
Put it like this. If we're not here in the video, it's no need to go watch those.
Unless
even some of those.
Sugarmouth was good. I got to go back and listen to that.
Sugarmouth was... But Sugarmouth, that wasn't that post...
That was here, but it's not here, if you know what I mean.
It was on the couch.
It was 4 feet that way.
Well, yeah. Like those... Some of those are still pretty good. Those episodes. You might see... 2 different people.
Jeez, yeah. But
I went through roller coaster rides because there was one point in the old episodes where I was in like, I think I was like really hitting it when y'all used to tease me for bringing salads to eat for the podcast.
Yeah. Because it was always funny because like you just like were not happy about it any of the times that you were just like, there's my fucking salad. And then like when we were where we would be like ordering like Pizza Hut like every other fucking time, and you just be there like, just smell it.
Yeah, but that's when, because we came here, that's when I was doing like the push-ups on camera and everything.
Yeah, that was a funny clip too.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
That was a good one.
But I do have a bit that I didn't tell you about for the beginning of this episode.
All right.
So it comes from something that you make fun of all the time.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to see if you can guess it. So there's a thing that you make fun of about me specifically, a thing that I do. And whenever it comes up, you have to be like, look at that. There it is again.
Okay.
You know what that is, right?
Right.
What is that?
What, your Diet Coke?
Diet sodas.
Diet sodas.
As a whole. You frowned upon them.
If you're going to drink soda, just go all the way. You're already drinking soda.
No, because... Fucking diet soda is that 0 cal, baby.
They're just not killing you with sugar now. Now they're just killing you with chemicals.
Exactly. Those chemicals are great. So what I've got for you is 2 to try right now. And these are the best.
I walked right into that.
These are the best ones.
All right.
That I have, and they're not Diet Coke. We're not doing the white boy special.
Yeah,
I've evolved.
My melanin would completely reject. I would just projectile vomit if it touched.
Turn into a cloud of dust.
I'm like, oh, our one weakness. How'd you find out, white man?
But I got ready. We're gonna start off with a simple one, right? Okay. Now this one, if you don't like it, there's something wrong with you. This is Mountain Dew Baja Blast Zero Sugar. I think this is better than the regular Baja Blast.
Wow, that's a hell of a statement. Baja Blast is
It's great, but it's too sugary, and it gives you sugar mouth when you're done drinking it. This is the perfect amount of sweet, in my opinion, humbly.
So we try right now.
Try that right now. You don't even have to drink the whole thing. I'll fucking kill it on the way home if you want me to and you don't like it. But I got a secondary one, which is a little one that it came out of nowhere from me.
It's good.
It's very good.
But it has that diety chemical taste to it.
Yeah.
To me.
It's delicious. That's called aspartame, baby. It's great. It's the best shit.
It courses through our veins.
It's literally in here. Like, that's why it's so pale. But the second one, now this one, you should like even more because I think it's the best soda ever made. Dr. Pepper, zero sugar, cream soda. Not only do you get the 23 or however many there are flavors of Dr. Pepper that they advertise, you also get cream soda on it. This is divine.
You said it's the best soda ever made?
This is the best diet soda that I've ever had while drinking diet sodas for this diet.
Is it the best diet soda or is it the best soda you ever had?
I think this is my favorite soda of all time.
All right.
Genuinely.
Okay.
Better than Baja Blast, but I listen, it's great. It's the best shit.
Let's find out.
Let's see. I'm excited for this because I got to convert you.
Now, before I drink this, I am not a regular Dr. Pepper fan.
Oh, not at all?
Not at all. Like, I'm not like a root beer guy.
Oh,
I'm not,
no. You don't like root beer?
Not really.
And
that's the only kind of soda, like, I kind of like,
Oh, man, this might not be good then.
I haven't had cream soda in a long time, so.
I've never had cream soda by itself.
Really?
Yeah.
I used to have that a lot as a kid. All right, here we go.
I trust that this will be good, I hope. I think you'll like it. Oh, maybe.
That's pretty damn good.
Am I right?
I failed you, my ancestors.
But like, it mixes so well. Like, it's almost like creamy, but like in a nice way, and it's not like too harsh.
It's good. There's an aftertaste.
Is there?
There
Or is it just the cream rising to the top?
Oh yeah,
ladies? I mean, it's an aftertaste there that's like, it tastes really good initially, and then like a second and a half after you're done, you're just like.
You know what that flavor is? That's 0 calories. That's the flavor.
that should be listed in ingredients.
Honestly, it very much is. Like, it's one of those things where that's the only reason I drink this shit. And, you know, it's one of those things where I know it's not healthy. Nothing is healthy besides exclusively drinking water. But that shit right there,
It's not bad. It is better than. It might be better than Baja Blast.
I think it is. Like, it's one of those things, I've got it like on a
This
whim.
Baja Blast.
Well, that Baja Blast is better than the actual one. 'Cause it's just the perfect amount of sweet. The perfect amount. You don't got too sweet in there. You got to try a regular Baja Blast the next time you are around a Taco Bell, and then just see how like sugary that John is.
On the occasional times that I do go to Taco Bell, I pretty much always get a Baja Blast.
I mean, if you don't, then what's the point of going to Taco Bell?
Yeah,
you
you're
know?
right. Yeah,
it's
true.
just like kind of law. But yeah, man, that's the secret to this diet hack is that because it tastes good. There might be that aftertaste for a minute, but I don't taste it anymore. I've just grown accustomed.
You're numbed
to it.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just numb to it. Where I'm like, this is just a soda that I'm drinking. And
You know what?
Yeah,
These aren't bad.
I've won something. I'm not even trying to make you drink them like as like a whole
It's
either.
funny. This is the most soda I drank in a while.
Oh yeah, I drink a full cube of those in like a week. And then what I do is I get 2-3 cubes of like random diet sodas. I'll leave them in my trunk because it's the winter time. And then my dumb high ass is like going to the fridge to get a cold can. Oops, there's no cold cans.
But there are in your
Out
car.
in the goddamn trunk. I go over there, I break that fucking brick over my knee, and I got fresh cold cans ready and waiting. Oh, dude.
I truly wish they were paying us for this segment.
I do too, but here we are. Pay us, Mountain Dew. Or
You
the
hear
Pepsi
that?
company. rather.
Dr. Pepper, Mountain Dew, whoever. Yeah, does Pepsi make Dr. Pepper too? I don't remember
That
who
might
makes
be
that.
Coke.
Is that Coke?
I don't know, actually. It might say it on there.
Well, if it does, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, it's all good. They did make a strawberries and cream flavor one of Dr. Pepper. Mm-hmm. And I think it's the most vile thing that they've ever made in the world. It's disgusting. Like it tastes like Pepto-Bismol was like dropped into
that sounds
it.
gross.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you like Dr. Pepper flavor? Not really. Well, also, how about some Pepto-Bismol in that bitch too?
Wait. Mm-hmm. 7-Up is its own company? That's not
Is it?
Pepsi or Coke?
Well,
On
I
the
thought
back of this,
7-Up was, what's it called now? What's the other, the new one? Starry?
that's the new Sierra Mist. Oh. Sierra Mist is gone and now there's that.
So 7-Up still exists then, I guess.
Yeah, 7-Up still exists.
And this is a 7-Up
It says
branded
copyright 2021 Dr. Pepper / 7-Up Inc.
thing. Well, they know what they're fucking doing. I know that's Pepsi though. Mountain Dew.
I just wanted to make sure I was reading it correctly. But yeah.
Good, man. It's good. That's all I had planned for the intro.
That's a nice little intro bit.
Yeah.
Something
And now
we
it's
can
time
cut
to
up
get-
and make and put out.
Hell yeah. And now we're going to get to the main show intro music bench.
Get the burps out after I drink that.
That's my favorite. You ever, when you used to drink soda a lot, when you get a burp come on, you ever have one of those ones where it just comes and like you just let it out like Godzilla into the sky,
You feel it and you're almost anticipating it like, oh shit.
and then you just open your mouth and it's just like brr, like atomic breath Godzilla type shit. That's my favorite.
Yeah,
I love that.
That's fun.
Man.
That's a good time.
Moving on, video games.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's do the video game thing. Really intro now.
Chris is gonna have a great time cutting around all this shit.
All right. Level up, gamers, and welcome back. This is Save Before Quitting. I'm Ant. That is Chris. Say hello to the people, Chris.
Hello to the people, Chris.
My hand is blocking the TV. It hit me as soon as I did that. As always, save letter B number 4 quitting on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube.
And for all of you uneducated folks in this new year, that would be Titty.
Yes.
T-I-T-T-Y.
Shout
It's
out to
an acronym.
the Titty Gang. Yes, the greatest acronym of all time. We will never make the T in Titty that stands for Twitter and X, even though it's X now.
I'm also shocked
because
that we're the
Zitty
first.
is not cool sounding.
It'll be a thing though. There's enough Zoomers in the world that Zitty's gonna be a thing. What's the current one? Gyat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing now.
I understand that though.
I get it, but you ever just think like we've now become the boomers?
Oh hell, I have. Yeah.
Yeah, but like also like I get this shit, but I'm also like it's dumb.
Yeah, you're crossing over. You're crossed over now.
Yeah,
You're
like,
on this side of it.
But like it's not even fun to say. Like Gyat just sounds stupid. Like Yeet is cool, you know.
See, and
Yeet?
this is where we had the separation because Yeet came while you were kind of still there,
Yeah.
and I was kind of crossed over. 'Cause
And,
I
it was,
remember when that
and you
came out,
just loved Yeet,
I
right?
just remember like, what are they? What? What the fuck is that?
You don't know the etymology of Yeet?
I get Yeet now. Like I
get
understand
now.
Yeet.
Podcast title.
I get Yeet now. Give me that Yeet. Because I'll catch myself saying it, and I'm like, well, it's in the culture now.
It's in the vernacular.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where can they get some merch with that titty gang on the go, Ant?
Get some merch. Lady, hey girl, get some merch on those titties with savebeforequitting, all the way spelled out, .com, where there's merch on top of merch on top of merch. Like this lovely hat.
I forgot mine.
Upon other things.
I don't wear my own merch. I'm a failure.
It's fine. We're gonna blaze a trail with the merch going forward this year.
Yeah.
Also, please join our Patreon. We got one coming. In fact, I think by the time this episode is out, that will have released.
That'll be out probably tomorrow if I have enough time to edit it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And
new Patreon.
New content in general, too.
Yeah, a lot of new content coming.
Yeah.
A lot of new content coming. We had a whole pre-production meeting about it.
And you can see that if you join our Patreon, because you also get access to our Discord server. There's a private channel in there for you guys. We post some updates and goofy bullshit. Yeah. But you also get 2 extra podcasts a month. Mm-hmm. And it's just behind the scenes stuff, and then also personalized stuff. So like we went over some dating app bullshit in the last episode.
Fun. That was fun.
Which I've had more thing happen as of late, which is Jesus Christ. It just never gets good, I don't think, when it comes to dating apps.
But see, that's the thing with dating apps, because then something will happen in your life that kind of like you meet somebody or date somebody. Something will happen to the point where like then you'll think back on the dating app time like, man, that was wild.
Oh yeah, here's the thing. Dating apps have done nothing for me in my romantic life so far. I've not gone on a single date from a dating app because nobody wants to actually go on a date from like a dating app.
It's like people's spare time is to just get on there and swipe around.
Yeah. And like here's the thing.
Shit.
I'm guilty of it too. Like I've been in a situation where I'm like, man, I don't really want to fucking make a plan to go do something with someone I don't really know. Mm-hmm. But then I force myself to do it, and then it ends up getting canceled anyway. So here we are. But
man, you want to know about that? More about that? Go listen to our backlog on the Patreon. You'll hear a bunch of stories about that shit.
It's very pay to win right now, which I'm at the point where
not the Patreon, dating.
You can win on the Patreon.
I guess you would have to pay.
Yeah.
To win the episodes.
You win by getting those extra episodes.
True.
So you got to pay to get them. It's only $5. It gets us each a cup of coffee each month.
Yeah,
a month. 1 coffee a month, please.
And if inflation keeps happening, it's just 1 cup of coffee for us to share between each other.
Or it's a Stanley Cup.
Nah, you're going to need like 40 people to join the Patreon at one time. Because you're going to have to get that shit off the fucking dark web at this point.
Yeah. I can't believe that shit, but...
We'll talk more about that also on the Patreon. That Patreon was good. This last Patreon, we talked about some personal shit, some behind the scenes shit, some like regular news headlines that we very rarely do outside of video games. It was a good time.
I mean, there's a lot to talk about in the world right now. This year has been surprisingly wild so far.
Yeah.
So definitely go check that out.
And we're only 11 days in, which is insane.
Yeah. It feels later though. It definitely feels like we're at the end of January for some reason.
It does. It feels like it's about to be February.
Yeah. But, yeah. Do we have anything else to shill?
Yeah, was that all the shilling?
I think that's
all.
Join
our
YouTube,
of course. I mean, if you're watching this, obviously you know about the YouTube. Mm-hmm. But subscribe. Don't just watch.
Yeah,
subscribe, comment, do all the stuff. Mm-hmm. What are all the streamers and people say? Smash that like button. Doobity boobity. Hit the bell so you can be notified about the show. Yeah, it's your boy back with another bullshit. Smash that button and like and comment, subscribe, boy.
You went from Bill Cosby to Flava Flav.
I am Bill Flav, here to tell you about, what's that shit, Flex Seal or a Snuggie or whatever they used to have on infomercials.
It's the slap chop.
Yeah, the slap chop. Bill Flav here. Flavor Cosby.
Flavor Cosby.
Chris, how are you?
In general or just... I guess I'm doing all right. You?
I'm something. I don't know what that just was. I think it was those chemicals in those sodas.
I got a question for you, Ant. And this is a simple one, and I bet you got plenty to respond with. But, Ant, what did you play this week?
Oh, what did I play this week?
What did you play this week?
Well,
This month, I guess.
Yeah, if you're watching this is before it comes out, but I'm currently playing Prince of Persia. Fuck, I forgot the subtitle.
Crown of the Empire or something like that.
Something of the Crown.
Crown Crayola.
Just Chris, editor Chris, just put the cover up as I say that so that I don't look as stupid.
Do it, bitch.
I don't even know how to get back into what we were
talking
talking
about. What did you play this week?
What did I play this week?
Crown
Yes, put that Prince of Persia thing up. Crown of the guy.
Crown from Burger King.
Yeah, Burger Crowns. I've been playing that and I've been loving it. Obviously, in this moment, I'm just guessing, but from the looks of that game and the reviews I've been watching and what that game looks like, that is a me game all day. So I can go on record and say I'm loving playing that game right now.
Hell yeah.
And Sea of Stars, goddammit.
This is a story and a half.
The other night,
buckle up.
Since the last podcast, I've been playing that, trying to get that done. And just for the record, I know I talk about this a lot, but that game isn't horribly long. It's not like, I don't know, it's not like an 80-hour game or anything, 60, 80-hour game. It's more like a 30 to 40, especially if you're trying to like knock out everything.
But with your schedule, it's
with my schedule, like when I play like Mario, I think that's so to the point that it's easy for me to get through quickly. This being a throwback to the retro RPG style, it's like really like, because I think Chrono Trigger was on kind of that long. That's a longer classic RPG, so it's along that path. But anyway, I got to another point in this game where I was like, oh, this is the fucking end. Like, there's no way around this being the end. And they're building up to this moment, and then they get to this moment, and then you, without any spoilers, you awaken this thing, and like, we're gonna do the big final thing. And I'm like, okay, this has to be like the end. And then you're talking to this person who aided you in your quest as a side character to kind of like, you go back to him and he's like, here, we'll help you put this together, and here, take this on your journey. And you get back to that guy and he fixes this big thing, and he's just like, hey, we should join you on your journey to blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, like, please don't. And of course the words come, blank has joined your party. I'm like, that just means I have a whole nother arc to do with you in the party now.
Dude, the anger that you had in the message you sent me when it happened was so fucking beautiful, because I'm playing Overwatch at the time, and I'm just like casually chilling, you know, like I'm vibing, and then I hear badoop, 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 badoop. 4 fucking messages. One of like a gif of just rage or some shit.
The son of a bitch.
Yeah, the son of a bitch from what's it called, Key and Peele.
Yeah.
Like 4 messages like, there's another motherfucker in this bitch.
There's another person joining the party, and they immediately send you on this other journey to go do. And again, it's weird because I'm complaining, but it's fun. It's just that like, there's other games I need to get to.
Oh yeah, you got plenty to get to.
Yeah, so
we were supposed to make a video series of Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, and we just didn't because Sea of Stars and Baldur's Gate fucked us both.
Listen, 2023 is just a fever dream. Whatever,
really is.
Whatever promises we promised, we've changed the game now. But anyway, I do that arc because I think that I had to text you like 2 hours later, because from the time we got off, I was just playing this game. Because I was like, I gotta get through it. And then I got to that part. Then I went on that whole journey and fought another boss. And then you beat that boss. It's like, cool. I'm not even getting my hopes up anymore. And then they're like, all right, now we go to this last area. And they're talking it up now. They're finally like, you ready for this? You ready to get this last moment? Our last hurrah? You ready to, this is it? Are you ready to take this journey? And they had the thing where like you save before you enter the place.
So it's one of those don't go past
that part.
Your...
And plus you save before you go into this last area. But this is how they got me again. But before you walk in, 3 of the characters in your party are just like, I've always wanted to go here. I've always wanted to do this. Hey, we never went and looked at that. Like they're giving you like these little last side missions. And I realized what they are once I started doing them, but the gamer in me is like, well, I gotta go do those. And I started doing them, and there's like rematches with old bosses, but they're like 5 times harder.
Shit.
But in doing that, in tying up all those loose ends, you get like the best like armor. You get like a lot of like gear for doing that shit. So I'm kind of going around and finishing these last puzzles and refighting these bosses before I go do like the final big bad. So that's where I am now.
Nice.
I'm tying up all the loose ends, going and doing the side missions, and then I'm going to go do the last thing.
Hell yeah.
So hopefully by this weekend, I will be done that game.
I'm going to laugh so hard when we go to record the next podcast episode, and you're like, so I've been playing Sea of Stars, the final boss joined my party, and now we're playing the whole game over again, but from the villain point of view.
Nah, see, if that happens, I'm like, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah. You just got to put that down and be like, nope, I've lost already.
Because I'm not going to play Prince of Persia. That's a lie. I'm about to just boldface lie to everybody. If I don't beat that, I'm going to play that game. But my goal is I'm going to put some significant time into this game so that I can just be done. I don't want to play Prince of Persia and have to go back to Sea of Stars. I've gone back to Sea of Stars after Spider-Man, after Mario Wonder, and after Mario RPG. I kept going back to Sea of Stars. And I haven't made it back to Zelda yet.
But you beat 3 games, technically.
I did.
That's pretty good.
That's for me, that's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I have not beaten Baldur's Gate more than once. So, like, you're kicking my ass in terms of beat games in 2023.
True, but how many hours are you in the Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, but, like, I got a problem.
That's my point.
But there's a difference. Because you have a problem of, like, people keep joining your party. I have a problem of I just keep making new parties. And the same people keep joining it, but I just keep doing it over and over and over again.
How many hours total have you put in that game?
I can give you a real answer, but I'm going to give you the direct answer. Let's go to my Steam one moment.
All right.
It's my most played game, I believe. I think it overtook Team Fortress. No, wait, no, CSGO.
Oh, no, that was impressive. Your Team Fortress side was impressive.
Yeah, my TF2 time is pretty high, and so is my CSGO. All right, what's the name of the game again we're talking about?
Baldur's Gate.
Cool. Would you like to put a guess in before I give you the official number of how many hours I have in this game? Keep in mind, I haven't played it too much recently because I've been playing the fuck out of a different game.
160 hours.
160. You're not even in the ballpark.
Wait. Okay.
I'm sorry, but you're nowhere close. This is bad.
Undershot it, didn't I? I had to have, because I thought I was gonna go higher, but you saying I haven't played it that much recently made me lower it.
In the sense that, like, I've been playing a different game way too much, if that makes sense.
310.
Close. You just gotta add 100 and subtract 1. 409.9, so almost 410 hours.
Listen, man, we're gonna find you somebody on Tinder or whatever you need.
I'm gonna need to pay to win, man, because I'm losing right now.
Nah, let me stop, because I feel like if I was able to do it, I would be putting it. No, never mind. I was trying to give you.
No, I have an issue. It's a problem.
I was going to say, well, if I add Spider-Man, Mario Wonder, Mario RPG, and Sea of Stars, I still don't even touch. I don't even scratch 400.
To be fair, like I've kind of fucked my sleep schedule a little bit, if that makes sense. Like I've switched it a little bit because I have a work from home job, which allows me to just do my work, and I don't really need to be in at the accurate times. Maybe most of the time.
Oh, I know what you mean now.
Yeah, so like, you know, while I'm there, I'm not really there. And I'll just play games or like, oh, I can go do that side quest real quick and knock that out of the way and then get to the next part for when I'm done work, and then I can go back in and do more shit. Right. So like that's where I'm kind of at right now in life, which it's fine. But Jesus Christ. For context though, Counter-Strike, I have 1,000.6 hours in it. Jeez. But I haven't played it since May of last year.
I'm trying to think of what game in my life.
Mario 1.
No, that I have that many hours in. Not Mario Wonder.
No, Mario 1.
No.
The first one.
The first Mario?
Yeah, you played the fuck out of that.
Yeah, but you can't put 400 hours into Mario Wonder.
Yes, you can, because you played it over and over and over and over and over.
A game that counts your time. Like, it's an ongoing...
Baldur's Gate is technically not that. That is just 400 hours of the game being open and being played.
What game had... I think a game that I had that's close to that, maybe, and I don't have a way to prove it unless I go get my old GameCube, Smash Brothers Melee, when I was in middle school, high school. But it was high school. Because I played that shit so much, like years even after it was out. That's a game I wish I could go find. It gotta be still in my mom's house.
I have all these NES games on my shelf and I don't play any of them.
Quiet.
There's a video. It's fine.
It really hit me. It really stabbed me in the back. I feel like that game probably has the most hours I've ever put into a game.
All right. I think mine is probably Call of Duty, just as a whole. Like, I wouldn't even say, like, Call of Duty, like, one or this, or just Call of Duty as a franchise.
No. But this is, like, one game.
One game.
It has to be that 1,000 hours you just said.
It might be, but also, like, I feel like I've played, like, so many hours of other shit, too. Like, not even as a meme, but Micromaniacs Racing. Like, I could not tell you how many hours at a time Ryan and I would just sit in front of a fucking CRTV and just play the fuck out of that game. And I wasn't good at it by any means. I was okay.
It was a game, though.
It was so good, and it's so much fun. It's the best game ever. We got to play more of that.
That was fun when we did it.
That's our third highest viewed video on our channel.
Really?
Yeah. It's the Dark Plates unboxing, then the PS5 unboxing, and then Micromaniacs Racing.
On our YouTube.
On our YouTube.
I think we definitely need to do more of that.
Yeah.
Just sitting there playing games and
honestly, we could even do that fucking tonight, because we just got to finish up what we played this week and do an outro, to be honest.
True. Well, Sea of Stars, I'm 30... No, I got to be 40 now. 41 hours in. Okay. Finishing up some side quests, preparing to go to Prince of Persia.
All right.
So that's what I've been doing.
What are you looking forward to besides Prince of Persia? Like, what's, like, on your radar that you're like, I need to play this after I'm done Sea of Stars? Like, what's, like, next for you?
Next, like, a game coming out or games that I need to go back to?
Either or. Either go back to or just be like, I've wanted to play this long enough, and I'm going to start when I'm done Sea of Stars and Prince of Persia. I
definitely want to go back to Zelda. Okay. Because, see, that game, I need to get back there sooner than later, because with a game like that, there's so much going on that I just fear getting to it and being like, what the fuck was I doing?
I feel that. Plus the controls and shit, like getting used to that after like X amount of time is fucking hell.
Because I started doing I got to a point with Zelda where like I was playing that every night and I was really like getting into like the meat and potatoes of it and really getting like invested. And then like Spider-Man dropped and like, you're not going to play Spider-Man.
Yeah, you kind of have to beat that in one go.
Yeah, I had to like hurry up and play Spider-Man. So I was like, okay, cool. But then other things kept coming out. But anyway, I really want to get back to Zelda because I liked where it was going and I was really enjoying it. So Zelda, they're coming out with Mario vs. Donkey Kong game for Switch in February. It's a kind of a throwback to the classic, the Donkey Kong that came to Game Boy in 94.
Okay.
That was an expansion on the original arcade Donkey Kong, where it was like the original arcade Donkey Kong. You know, you go up the little steps and you get to the top and
with the barrels. And
yeah. And then in the Game Boy one, they expanded that. It started with that same thing, you're going up the thing with the barrels, and then the world expands, and they actually made it a full-fledged adventure puzzle platform game.
I did not know that.
It's one of the most underrated Game Boy games ever.
I kind of want to play a ROM of that.
It's pretty fun.
You might need to do that for CGO because I'm very interested.
Because I like that game. Okay,
that sounds really cool.
I think okay, I might do that. And now they're coming out with Mario versus Donkey Kong, which seems to be a callback to that gameplay style, and I really enjoyed that. So I'm gonna go grab that for Switch. That Final Fantasy VII remake, Final Fantasy VII whatever this Final 7 Remake 2
Yeah.
It comes out the end of February, so that there's a lot to look forward to this year.
Yeah, for sure.
It's crazy because this is kind of like a sleeper year, but I think on the lower end, besides like Final Fantasy, obviously that's a AAA game. There's a lot of like dope indies coming out. Devolver, the Plucky Squire, I want to play.
Dude,
I can't wait for that.
What's the one drill game?
Yeah, what's that called? I don't remember what it's called.
Grinder?
Pepper Grinder.
Yeah.
Hades 2.
Fuck, dude, Hades 2.
Like, I think on the lower end, like the A tier games, maybe not AAA, like there's some like good shit coming.
Oh yeah.
On top of the fact that Switch 2 is coming, so I don't know whatever they drop with that. I think that's the end of the year for holiday season.
September.
Yeah, so
ish.
So
we'll talk about it in the news probably now because it's a news story.
But so whatever comes with that, I think that's the thing that people aren't really thinking about. Because I think there's some games coming out this year, but people aren't factoring in the fact that we know nothing from Nintendo past a certain date.
Yeah.
Because obviously they're keeping it close to the chest because you'll know when they drop the reveal. But I think PlayStation got some shit up their sleeve too, because I think they planned for, I read something that there could potentially be 2 PlayStation showcases, like not state of play, like the big PlayStation
like
shows,
multiple trailers and shit.
Yeah, that I think there's some of those coming. Obviously, we got Summer Games Fest, and Xbox just announced a little their own direct coming later this month.
What are they gonna show?
I don't know, but
I don't know if they have anything to show. Honestly, no offense, Xbox, but y'all are slacking right now.
They know it though. That's why they're trying to do the third part. We'll get in. This is all news.
Yeah. We'll transition to that soon.
But I say all that to say there's things to look forward to, and those off the top of my head are the things I'm looking forward to currently.
Nice.
But what have you been playing?
Bruh, all I've been doing is playing. So I guess I'll take it from like the simple stuff, and then we'll work into like what I want to mainly talk about. So obviously Overwatch 2, been playing some competitive. I got fucked the other day by the ranking system because it's based on, so you pretty much get wins and losses, right? And if you get 5 wins, it'll then update your rank accordingly. Or if you get 10 losses before you get 5 wins, it'll update your rank accordingly based on how many wins and losses you have in that series of whatever.
Right.
I had 5 wins, 7 losses, which is not a lot in the grand scheme of things if you think about it. And they took me from gold 5, which is the bottom of the gold ranking system, and put me to silver 5, which is the bottom of the silver ranking. That's 4 jumps. That's never happened to me before.
Oh, shit.
And I was just sitting there like, and it was ironic too, because I was having the best game I've ever played in my life, like genuinely. I was playing Widowmaker, and I dropped 50 kills by the end of the game. The other team was even like, yo, W Widow. And I'm like, I don't know what I was doing. Like, I felt like I was like Neo, straight up like, I'm starting to believe I know Kung Fu and shit.
Yeah, it was just subconscious at that point.
It was just like muscle memory, and I'm just zoned in. And then I finish, and I get demoted 4 ranks, and I'm like...
How does that work? I mean, why does that happen?
Because Blizzard. They're bad. They're terrible. The game's horrible in the first place, but that's beside the point. It's a nice junk food game, to say the least.
Gotcha.
Other than that, Fortnite, mainly festival and racing. I haven't played the Battle Royale in about 2 months. Because I don't want to.
Like, every time we start a Discord call, you're on the festival mode.
It's good. It's super good. Like, here's the thing. It's not actually Guitar Hero in the sense that, you have the strumming and shit. But, like, they've already announced that they're going to bring that to the game soon so that you can use guitar controllers and shit.
Yeah.
So, like, they're already doing that. I have no doubt in my mind that they would make, like, physical accessories of, like, a guitar and a drum set. And maybe even a microphone. Like, and actually change the singing from being, like, a chart into, like, karaoke. Like, that'd be sick if they did all that. And then the racing is just really fun. Genuinely. So
I have a question about Fortnite. Like, at this point, I don't even know how to phrase the question. It's more so like, how can they keep doing this? Like, it's not how, but like, Fortnite is such an anomaly with how they can just make games within that game to the point where can't other companies at some point be like, You have a monopoly on game types. Like, what are you doing?
I mean, it's not like they have the monopoly on it. They're just also joining in, if that makes sense.
True.
Like, they definitely have the monopoly on, like, Guitar Hero type games, because Guitar Hero just stopped.
Yeah.
They just pretty much gave up, so did Rock Band. But, like, for the racing one, like, it's kind of like a mix between Mario Kart and, like, a sim racer at the same time. Mm-hmm. Like, it's very good as a racing experience, but also there's a bunch of stupid bugs that happen. Like, I'll run into a fucking wall when I don't run into a wall, and it'll just, like, blow up my car. I'll go from 1st to 12th in, like, a matter of seconds. And, just, like, and it's stuff that you actually can't control.
Yeah.
But it's still fun. I'm still going back to it.
No. I'm never taking the fun factor out. I'm just... And that wasn't even really a knock on them. Like, I don't actually think they have a monopoly. It's just, like, if I'm another company looking at Epic and Fortnite, I'm just like, fuck, these dudes just don't miss. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, if I'm PlayStation, just Sony in general, or Xbox, if I'm any of the top companies, I'm looking at them, I'm just like Sony, all these layoffs we see happening because they're free-for-all games and stuff, like, they haven't been hitting like that. And all these layoffs are happening after they invested so much into it with this generation of gaming. But if I'm them looking at Fortnite, I'm just like, I guess we just can't beat it. Like, we can't. Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like they can't beat it, so they kind of have to join it, and that's why we get all the collab skins and shit. Yeah. And no offense to Sony and them, but I'm not trying to say, like, they can't make those games, but it's like, if Fortnite is good with its racing and even the Lego mode that they have, which I don't really play too much anymore because it's a lot, you know? It's good. It's not anything besides that. It's just a simple, good, fun time, and people just keep coming back to it because it's a simple, good, fun time, as opposed to, you know, fucking playing Mario Kart every day in your entire life as a kart racer, because at a certain point that gets boring. But if I'm in Fortnite, I can do racing, then I can go switch and play music, then I can play some shooting games, and blah, 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 blah.
And you said something important. I think with Fortnite, the fact that, like, they're not, the other modes aren't, like, groundbreaking. Yeah. But they're good. I think what we're missing, and I think a reason a lot of these layoffs are happening and things like that, is because these companies keep trying to reach for the AAA 60-hour high budget. Yeah. And they're working at a loss pretty much. They know they're going to put way more money into it than sometimes they make. Obviously, there are exceptions to that rule. But like, what happened to, like, the B game? Now, I'm not saying they don't exist.
From the B movie?
Exactly.
The movie tie-in B movie game?
The Seinfeld B movie.
What's the deal?
With honey.
With Epic Games. Or the Fortnite and hitting the gritty.
If Seinfeld's old ass gets on stage and says that, it's like, that's...
I literally hit the gritty on them. What's the deal?
The whole crowd be like, no. But, like, what happened to, like, I'm trying to think of a game that fits that.
Just simple fun.
Just simple fun. It wasn't like...
It's Steam. That's all it is nowadays. True. And, like, it's indies that are getting put out by companies that, you know, believe in themselves, as opposed to these big companies who their main focus is, we need to make IPs so that we can not only make money off of the game, we also need to make money off of merch, and then TV shows, and then this tie-in, and then that, and then we'll also get a skin in Fortnite, and we'll do this. That's what they're so focused on, and they want to make these big things and these experiences, but then a lot of them fall short.
Yeah.
Just because they're so focused on making this big thing. Like, I kind of feel like that's what happened with Redfall. Because, like, you watch that opening cinematic that we got before the game came out, and that was such a cool idea, such a simple, fun idea. And that's all they had to do, is just make it simple and fun, and they made a turd. Because they were trying to make something that was, like, live service, that you keep playing and you never leave. Like, I think that's why.
The best... quote-unquote B-tier game, or not AAA, maybe just A game, I think in recent memory is Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah.
It came out of nowhere. It wasn't a giant 7-figure budget or sometimes 8-figure budget game. It was simple fun, and it got the job like super done. I think Xbox didn't know what they had with that, or maybe they did. But at the same time, like, I think we need more of that. I think that's why some of the games I mentioned about this year are either indie or that level game. And I think having those is important. I think Xbox should like invest in that company and make a legit sequel. I think like we keep talking about Astrobot. Like, yeah, I think like Sony, I'm like, why haven't y'all just like, y'all keep aiming, and don't get me wrong, of course we're going to play God of War and Spider-Man and Last of Us. We're going to play that, but like shit out another just Astrobot game. That's not even like, it's not, I wouldn't call that full AAA. No. It's just simple fun, but I think that gets the job done a lot more often than not, because with those high budget games, yes, of course, your loyal fan base and avid gamers are going, like us, are going to play them. But I think for the commercial audience, they could be overwhelmed by that. Like, I don't like somebody who just plays games casually, just whatever, is going to see Last of Us and be like, all right, that's a lot. Like, I just want a cool video game to play.
I also feel like people in the world just don't know what games are as of this point too. Right. Like normal people, not that it means anything, but like people just don't care. They they have a PlayStation or an Xbox, but it's mainly used for like Netflix or some shit.
But that's why things like Fortnite can prosper, because it's just like, it's the perfect. It was a B game. It was a perfect B game that just kept building on itself until now. It's the most AAA thing that's free to play out.
It's great. It's never gonna die.
It is never gonna die.
But I don't know, man. It's one of those things where they're there if you're looking for them, but they just aren't advertised the right way. That's the shitty thing, because these companies don't believe in them, even though if you look at any fucking Steam sale after it's done, the fucking numbers of how many purchases are made. Yeah. Like, first of all, they get to sell the games for dirt cheap, which is, they're not going to do that on Sony. But they can see that people are willing to spend the money on these games that aren't huge fucking giant titles. So it's weird that they don't, take a second to see that, because it's obvious and able to be seen, but yeah, that's a big company for you. They don't fucking know what's going on. They just know the numbers are coming in still. And
true, they're following the money. Yeah, but I guess like you said in the beginning, that's what indie companies are for. That's what Devolver is for. That's what they're for. Like, and I'm looking forward to the Plucky Squire. Like, it's a AAA game. Like, I cannot wait for that to drop.
Same. I will be playing that for sure, because that looks like almost like Scribblenauts, but like on fucking crack. Yeah. And that sounds amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. But we didn't even finish what you've been playing.
Oh, yeah,
what else have you played?
So I played a game called Hamster Scramble. I only found out about this game because loyal listener Pib Extra, I believe it's his cousin's game that he's working on. Dope. And it was on the Steam store, and I just put it on my wish list because like I had heard John talk about it in passing, and it was on sale. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll pick it up. And dude, this game is so much fun. Dope. Like, it's a really fun game, and I think it's just him working on it. It does have some issues, like I think there's a little bit too much loading screen going on, but that's not necessarily like I don't think it's a him thing. I think it's in progress, you know? But pretty much imagine Bubble Bobble, right? You got the bubbles and you got to match the colors and shit, right? So that's happening on the top. Then down below, that's where you are, and you got to make the bubbles go up and shoot them, right? But imagine in your head real quick the Smash Brothers stage, right? You got the platform in the middle, the two platforms there and there. That's where the balls are spawning randomly. You have to use your little guy to go grab those balls and then yeet them up to go match the colors. That in and of itself is already pretty cool. Yeah. Now you're going to add in the fact that there's a second player that you're trying to beat who's also doing the same thing that you're doing at the same time on the other side of the screen, right?
This sounds fun.
Super fun, right? Then it gets even deeper because you can jump over to their board and mess with them. It's super fun. It's the only thing is it just needs a lot more polish just because it's one guy working on it as far as I'm knowing. But like for what it is, I'm like, this is a great fucking idea. It just needs a little bit of tuning and it's fun. So shout out to that. Go pick it up if you haven't. It's on Steam.
What's it called again?
Hamster Scramble.
All right, I'm going to put this on my wish list.
It's just super fun. I will say the only thing that gave me an issue was the loading screens, because like maybe it might have been my PC though. Other than that, I've been playing a little bit of Call of Duty, because not only did Ryan get a PS5 this year for the Crimbus, and got the Call of Duty version because I already had bought him Spider-Man PS5.
You are going to play with me.
Yeah. But we've been playing a lot of zombies because it's fun. Mm-hmm. Like, actually, like, you drop into the Warzone map in zombies now in teams of 4, and you just complete, like, different missions and level up your gun, pack-a-punch it. There's different Easter eggs you can do, blah, 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 XYZ. And you can also, like, just see other players on the map and join with them and make a giant firing squad and shit. Dope. Really fucking fun. So we've been playing that. And then also just multiplayer, because I kind of got to get back into it. Because the Call of Duty League for, I forget what the name of it is. Oops. CDL, I think? Is that what it is? No, Call of Duty League is CDL. What is this one called? Apollo Gaming League. That's what it is. We're going for the new season coming soon. And we're going to try and become 2-time champions, maybe.
You got this, dog.
They did just outlaw every gun for Modern Warfare 2, so the 2 guns that I'm really good at using...
You can't use.
Can't use, and I have used 2 guns for Modern Warfare 3 that I haven't liked so far. So I gotta figure out what I like.
You gotta find one quick.
Yeah, I gotta work on that. But other than that, obviously, Cyberpunk, I've been playing the fuck out of. I just did another entire ending to the Phantom Liberty DLC where I just was completely against Idris Elba. Actually put a little piece of silver in his brain at the end of the game.
That'll fuck you up.
So, needless to say, rest in peace, Idris. Yeah, he's not making it back.
Not surviving that.
But I also bought it on Steam, too.
Yes.
So now I have to do another playthrough, but on Steam. Yeah, and RGB LAN is coming up, and I'm going to that. So it's like, perfect. A whole weekend of just Cyberpunk.
When is it?
It's at the end of this month.
Oh, wow. It's quick.
Yeah. It's just we all get together, bring our laptops at a convention center, and just play games for the weekend, and that's it.
It's a good time.
Yeah, it should be fun, hopefully. I was tempted of, like, maybe signing up for some... There's, like, competitions and, like, shit that they have, like, throughout the weekend. There was, like, a Mario Kart one. I'm like, I just am not good at Mario Kart anymore because of Fortnite, which really fucking sucks. Like, it's weird because it's like... I know that's the reason, but it also sounds like an excuse at the same time, because I'm like...
You reprogrammed your brain.
Yeah, like, I kind of fucked myself in a way, but it's one of those things where, like, maybe I fucking do it anyway. I don't know. Maybe I'll get good again. I don't know. I gotta buy... I still don't own Mario Kart. And I have a Switch.
It's the biggest selling game on Switch.
Not for me.
Not to you, though.
Still haven't even fucking bought GTA 5 either. I actually own that on the Epic Game Store. They gave it away for free, remember?
Oh, yeah, you do own that.
I own it.
I just play it. You just won't. Solidarity to your...
Yeah. I'm just going straight into 6.
I mean, it's fine. They're not all the same.
To be fair, I've only ever played San Andreas. That's the only one.
San Andreas was good. I think my favorite out of those, the 3 Vice City San Andreas. I think my favorite... 3 had... I mean, San Andreas had the most shit, but I think my favorite world to be in was Vice City.
All right.
And 5.
That was like the... Like almost...
It's like the Miami Scarface type.
I remember that one. 'Cause it was like cursive too, with like pink and blue lights and shit. Like neon lights. I remember that one.
That was fun.
Yeah. But other than that, Baldur's Gate. I'm still making my way through 2 different campaigns. Also purchased the deluxe edition on PS5, the physical version. That's not coming for like another 2 quarters, I think, because of how backed up they were with people ordering it. But I'm like, I just want the physical version, so I'm gonna get it. Once I get it, then I can play on PS5 if I so choose. But I just wanted a version of it physically, to be honest, because of how good of a game it is.
No, that makes sense.
So did that. What else did I play? Fuck, Wingspan. I still suck at it. What else? Fuck, I think that might be it. Have I not played anything else? Yeah, I've kind of fallen off Final Fantasy 16.
I keep forgetting you're playing that.
Yeah, I played it for the one stream.
And that was it?
That was it. It's not like I'm not interested. It's just that I'm so interested in Cyberpunk, which is the shitty part. It's like I'm just so invested in playing that game over and over because there's so many different fucking options you can do. Like, I'm currently trying to do the ending where you and Johnny are like kind of friendly, and because he's in your head and shit. And I want to do the ending where you pretty much just give up your life and let Johnny come back in your body and like live out the rest of his life.
Yeah.
I kind of want to do that one. And they keep sprinkling in these voice lines that I aren't like, you know, most of the time you choose what you want to say.
Yeah.
I've been choosing all the we're friends like voice lines where I'm like, we're buddies. And then out of nowhere, I'll just be talking to an NPC and they'll be like, how about Johnny in your head? And you're like, yeah, me and him haven't been getting along as late. And I'm like,
that's not what we said.
I had told this man I loved him practically to his face. What do you mean we're not getting along?
What's love?
Yeah.
You know?
Baby, don't hurt me. But yeah, that's pretty much...
It's not like he's breathtaking or anything.
He is breathtaking. Dude, the photo mode is so good in that game. I keep taking pictures. Like, I just keep doing that every single chance that I get. And, like, I have an album of just Cyberpunk pictures, and it's fucking so good.
Yeah, every so often you'll send me one on PlayStation.
Yeah.
The one over the giant toilet.
Yeah.
I
just you can change your pose and shit in the camera mode, either being like idle, and then there's like 40 options of different poses, and then action one. So I just went to the Slav squat, is what it's called, where you just get down Spider-Man style, but then put your elbows on your fucking knees. And I went behind a little toilet that was in a bar that I just cleared out. It's just a giant dong in the toilet, and it's fucking huge.
Just really substantial dong.
It is funny though, because I will say, like, I remember when I first started playing this game, like when it first came out, you would just find like dildos all over the street and shit. I don't anymore.
They cleaned up the dildos.
I think they cleaned up the dildos except for in the toilets, because that John was deep in there.
CD Projekt Red came out recently and said something like what they're working on next.
Sequel.
They said 2077 compared to what they're working on as Child's Play.
Yeah.
Which is exciting, but at the same time I'm like, okay, but don't bite off more than you can chew this time.
See, the thing is with them, I think they learned their lesson.
I would hope so.
Like, they had to apologize. I could not even tell you how many times for all the bullshit that was going on when that game first came out. But, like, now that they've experienced that, and now that they've done Phantom Liberty and how good that was,
right?
I have all the confidence in the world that whatever the next Cyberpunk anything is, it's going to be fucking stellar. And I'm going to play way too much of it, probably, to be honest.
I'm sure.
But it's going to be so good. I can't wait. That world is so much fucking fun to be inside of. Like, just casually driving throughout the streets and seeing, like, going from, like, the middle of a city to the Badlands and seeing, like, all of the world just, like, slowly fall apart. There's no fucking animals in it, too, which is another thing. Which is ironic, because it's easier for them to not put animals in there. But then they were like, well, yeah, but it's because the world is so uninhabitable. That's why. Like, you liars.
That's
you just didn't want to
reason.
fucking render that bitch. You didn't want to animate a dog, you asshole.
Our rendering software is uninhabitable. We can't do it.
We just have AI that's kind of weird and not that great. They just fight you for no reason. Like, if you accidentally bump someone on the street, and, like, you can't tell because your vision is here, you don't see where your shoulder is, you'll just fucking bump into them and it'll be like, hey, fuck you! And just pull a fucking gun on you. And I'm over here, like, tanking all of their bullets because I have 300 plus health, and I'm like, okay, cool. Here's my katana that I've got. Let's slice that arm off real quick so you can stop shooting me.
You won't be needing that anymore.
Pretty much. And then I got the maxed out version of the gorilla arms, which is like you punch harder, and their fire versions. So like my fist on my knuckles, fire is just constantly going. And this guy starts punching me on the street, and I'm just fine because it's, you know, a street guy. And I just pull out my fist and I do the charge up that you can do. And I punch him and I let it go. His body flew to the left of my screen so fast that I couldn't see his character model anymore. And I was like, oh,
he won't be doing that anymore.
Maybe that wasn't the right choice. But then the cops pulled up. Yeah, they did ask for it. But yeah, man, Cyberpunk's great. I love that. I don't want to play any more Starfield, but I feel like we still have to for the clipped because it's kind of good series that's have in the background. But it's a fucking bad time.
There's too many games.
Yeah. I feel like the next time I go to play Starfield for content, I'm just gonna casually walk through, and whatever happens, I'm just gonna go with it. You know, like we're not even gonna like try to beat the game anymore. I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna fly to this random place, and we're just gonna see what's up. Yeah, just fuck around and find out a little bit.
If I have to get another girl another coffee, I'm gonna flip.
Dude, that was such a funny side mission because like I was like, this is just a nice little fetch mission that's gonna get you like maybe like $20-$30 of like currency, and you're just like, I need to do this, and then it didn't even tell you where to go. That's like
that was the thing. I just had to find it.
Honestly, the funny part is you probably could have opened up your map and then gone to the area where it's like your destinations and be like, you need to go to the coffee shop, quick travel, and just quick traveled there probably.
Maybe.
Because that's how stupid that fucking game is. You don't need to walk around or travel in that game. You just fast travel everywhere.
It's like you don't have to travel, but if you want to travel, we made a bunch of shit around traveling.
Get fucked. Like ride this subway system.
That's why in that one video when I'm going to the planet and I'm just like, and it's like you hit the button to I guess like hyperdrive there, and then you get there and I'm just waiting. I'm like,
now what?
Now what? Like I'm just waiting. Am I just still headed toward it? And then you could just hit start and just go there. I'm like, then why the fuck? Why would there be you're in space going to it? Then you can hyperdrive. You would think that's going to drop you on the planet. It just puts you in the atmosphere. I was like, why would I want to be here?
Yeah. Exactly.
Why didn't you just put me on the planet?
And then the dumb shit is that you're in the atmosphere and you're like, okay, let's land on the planet now. And you go to manually fly down to the planet. That's what I'm thinking
you had to do it first.
And you just go straight fucking through it.
See, I didn't do that.
Yeah. In my last recording, it's in the video for when it does come out. I literally left the room. I was like, you know what? I'm going to see if I eventually crash land on this planet. Leave the room. I come back and there's just space in front of me. It's just the empty void of space. And I turn my ship around. The planet is like 1,000,000 miles away. I open the map. Fast travel location. Get there instantly. I'm like, that's so fucking stupid. This game sucks.
Like, why would they do that?
It's a bad game, man. Bethesda should be embarrassed. But I think that's all the shit talk we can do for Bethesda. It's time to cut to a very new, very different.
We don't even know what you're about to see.
Yeah, the current version of us don't know what's about to happen.
Yeah, we haven't shot it yet. Let's be completely transparent.
But we have an idea of what it's going to be, and it's going to be a little different.
It's going to be insane.
So, let's get to the news.
Get to the news. Good evening, or day, or afternoon. Welcome to the news. Save Before Quitting News. I'm Ann. That is Chris.
I'm Chris.
That is Chris. This is the news. Looks different this time around, doesn't it?
Yes. Your suit jacket's nice.
We're talking like the year this suit jacket was made.
Yeah.
I feel like a Dick Tracy villain. Where are my Tommy guns?
Big Boy Caprice and his men Mumbles, Flat Top, Itchy, and Influence have called a meeting with Pruneface to get him to join their mob. Pruneface agrees, and with weapons drawn, they swear to get Dick Tracy once and for all.
Starting off the news this week. Sad story from YouTube.
Sad story.
Video game theorist Matt Pat announces retirement.
Dear.
And that's not a theory. It's just what's happening.
It's happened. Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So there's 10 total videos, including the I'm quitting / doing my own /
I'll
leaving
be back
this
sometimes video.
Yeah, which is also cool because what he's doing is pretty neat if we're going to be honest.
Yeah.
Anyway, so 9 more videos coming out with Matt Pat as the vocals and the voice of the video, and then after that he'll be bidding us his adieu.
As him as the lead, and he's gonna hand the baton to the other people who produce the show.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for the Game Theorist channel. What was the other one that they have?
Game theory, film theory, food theory,
and fashion theory.
Yes.
All of those, keep an eye out for them. They're going to be getting some new hosts soon if you're already a fan. If you're not a fan, go check them out and see if it's for you. Mm-hmm. And you'll probably see a Matt Pat. for a couple more videos.
Salute Matt Pat.
Goodbye to you, sir.
Been watching you for like 10 years.
Yeah.
I pull up videos of all my favorite creators, and I watch them, and all of a sudden I start hearing people just casually dropping, "That's just a theory."
It's just a theory, a game theory.
Now, this is just a theory, people.
At the end of the day, it's just a game theory.
That's just a theory. A Freebirds theory.
Also a lot of lore, so if you're a big theory head, proceed at your own risk.
I did not know about this theory.
That's a theory.
That right there, that is incredible. That's the note that I want to leave on.
In breaking news, Pal World, a game that has been teased for upmost of 3-4 years now.
Seems that way. Seems like forever. Seems longer than that.
Seems way longer than that. If you are unfamiliar with that, Pal World is a third-party, Pokemon-esque.
It's a Pokemon-like
shooter / factory builder / RPG / open world / Pokemon Arceus with guns.
It is Pokemon, but you can shoot them. And they there was a sweatshop in one of those trailers?
Yeah.
Where they're just making the guns?
Yeah, they pretty much hired a bunch of what could be compared to, I forget what the Pokemon's name is, but it's the like little rat one that came out that they tried to make Pikachu, but then didn't become Pikachu because you can't replace Pikachu.
You can't do that.
But it's coming. It's out this week. We should be streaming it, or already have, and have content on the channel of that. So if you'd like to see more of Pal World and what it's all about, you can go check that out at the links below, and also in the suggested videos that are above my head currently.
We can't wait to shoot a Pokemon in the face.
Yeah, I saw a few clips online of early access people, and this one guy just like came up on the back of like a Lapras that he was riding. That was like a land Lapras, a Landris, if you will. And he used a rocket launcher on a herd of what could be described as a bunch of Taurus and murdered them all.
Now, how do we think this game is going to fit? Like, do you feel like it's going to be good?
I think this game is going to be popular for a matter of 2 months before everyone realizes that this is a joke. Or it's going to be insanely good. There is no in between.
Yeah, true.
It's either going to be a 5 out of 5 or a 1 out of 5 that was fun for the first 30 minutes. And I don't think there can be an in between, to be honest.
I don't think so either.
But definitely check it out, and we'll tell you how we felt about it in next week's What We Played This Week section.
I hear Pikachu is outraged.
Yeah, we actually have an exclusive clip from Pikachu live that we're going to cut to right now, and his opinion on what had happened on the matter.
Remember me as I am, filled with murderous rage.
Next up, Abby from The Last of Us 2. You may know everybody's the correct favorite character of that game.
And if you think otherwise, you're wrong. Abby was right. Hashtag Abby was right.
Abby was right. Hashtag Abby was right. Has been casted for Last of Us Season 2. A young Caitlin DeVere of Booksmart fame, if you're familiar with that movie.
Good movie.
Has been casted as Abby. Last of Us getting amazing reviews. People are very, very, very intently waiting for the second season.
Yeah.
I know I am. You should be too. We welcome Caitlin DeVere, and we welcome the character of Abby.
Yes. I am curious to see the reaction from fans for the story elements that Abby will be portraying in the Season 2 show. For those that aren't familiar with the video game for some reason, things happen.
Yeah.
And Abby got a lot of hate from the video game community. Wrongful hate, because she's a better character. But also a lot of death threats and things that were unnecessary. So hopefully the TV community that don't play video games won't feel the same way.
Yeah.
We're hoping that doesn't happen, because if it does, there's no hope for the world. I mean,
there's no hope.
We already have Pal World, so there's really no hope.
True. Once we start shooting the pocket monsters, then all hope is lost.
Then we become the monsters, and we're out of pocket.
Now that I think about it, how come no one in the Pokemon verse, like in the anime, ever just was like, I could just shoot these motherfuckers.
I thought that Officer Jenny did. Didn't she pull a gun on someone in season 1?
Just take a look at all these Pokemon. Oh, it's Chansey. Here's my chance. I'm gonna catch it. Freeze!
Next up in the news, this January 18th, Xbox will be having a direct online to show off some new games coming to us, if they even have any, because as we all know, Xbox does not have games.
I mean, by the time you've seen this, it happened.
Yes.
So
go check that out if you'd like, but probably what is going to be happening at that direct is they're going to be showing off a lot more third-party games, because
it is a third-party direct.
It's really just their thing as well now. They don't really have any exclusives, per se, that are worth a damn, besides Hi-Fi Rush, but that's also in talks to being moved to other consoles, so they're kind of leaning more that direction. It's going to be a third-party show, like Ant said, and then, yeah, what do you think will come of this show, besides just showing off a bunch of games that say Xbox adjacent on them?
I do think, before I get into that Xbox is still going to keep certain games to themselves. I would never say Xbox is going full third party.
They should.
But I also see why they're more open to the idea of some of the titles going third party. Personally, if I were Xbox, I would have held on a Hi-Fi Rush for dear life, because that was the best thing they put out in a long time as an exclusive. But I honestly also don't think that it's exclusive to Xbox, because PlayStation hasn't leaned all the way there. But the fact that a lot of their first party is on PC now is major, seeing where PlayStation came from. Now obviously Xbox has more reason to make their things third party. They're in third place. So, third place, third party, hand in hand, right? I think games that I feel like would make the jump, it's hard, man. Because, all right, what are their first party games? We got Gears of War, Halo, I guess all the Bethesda games now.
Yeah, but those were already on everything.
I mean, going forward, like Starfield, Elder Scrolls 6, that's not going to come out for 10 years. They spend too much money on them unless they're trying to make up that money by putting them third party, because then they can make up a lot of the money they spent. Honestly, it's hard, man. It's a lot of variables involved.
True. But we already know those variables because we've seen it, and we'll talk about it next episode on what was shown, what we thought was interesting, and if they even showed a game that was worth talking about. True. Hopefully they do, because I feel like they're lagging a bunch for no reason.
There's a reason. We just don't know it. Yeah. Whatever's happening behind those doors in Microsoft.
Closed doors are bad. Open them up and fucking figure shit out. God damn it, Todd Spencer or whatever the fuck your name is.
Phil Spencer. I feel like
Todd. What's the Todd guy?
Todd.
There's Todd something, right?
He's on Bethesda. That's the head of Bethesda.
Todd Spencer is them fused with Potara earrings.
They did the fusion dance.
Yeah.
I feel like Starfield did what it did, and then Phil Spencer went into the office like, what the fuck? We couldn't even get that. What was happening there?
Especially after Redfall as well, which is having back-to-back games, which, here's the thing, Starfield, while we personally didn't have a great time with it and don't love it.
You know what? It didn't sell bad, though.
Yeah, it didn't sell bad. It is loved by plenty. Mm-hmm. In fact, Game Over Greggy from that YouTube channel actually chose that as his game of the year.
You're a fool. You're a fool. Come on our show. You're a fool.
Yeah.
Invite us to your show.
Wrong.
Shilling.
So that's it, huh? We're the Patsies. We're some kind of
Suicide Squad. Kill the Justice League.
It ruined my fantasy year in Fantasy Critic last year by what it did, and I will never forgive it.
Now, review copies have been released to media.
Not us, though.
Not us, though.
The fuck?
Yet. No one seems to be enjoying this game. A lot of the same. They tried to compare it to things like Avengers, but they said it wasn't even like if you had to compare it to something, they compared it to that. But they said they didn't have a good time. It's a lot of the same tropes. They're trying to do a lot with a little, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. Not even a little. They're trying to do way too much than they need to do. Too many cooks in the kitchen, and it's not coming out well.
Yeah. It also probably didn't help that they made it into a gun game for some reason, where every single character is wielding a gun.
Yes.
Especially when you have a character that is a giant shark man. Like, I want to play as the giant shark man and do giant shark man things. I don't want to use a heavy Gatling gun. I'd like to be big shark man, please.
Here's my giant shark man gun.
And if I want to be a boomerang guy that's Australian, I want to use that boomerang, you know?
It makes sense.
That makes the most sense. Giving every single one of them guns when only one of the characters is known for using a gun.
They're also all Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They can all swing through the city.
Yeah. It makes sense that they need to traverse. I get it. But, like, there's a better way to do it, I think. Unironically, I believe that Gotham Knights did an amazing job at their getting around the city and how they did it, because it was pretty simple, like the Arkham games where you have your grappling hook, and then they added different things for each character, with Nightwing getting a Fortnite glider, Red Hood getting mystical powers from the Lazarus Pit to jump on like platforms, and then Batgirl got the cape, so she actually was, you know, normal, and then Robin got teleportation from a satellite.
That goes hand in hand with Robin.
He hacked the satellite at Wayne Enterprises so that he could move his body to a different spot. Yes. Like the Justice League Tower, you know how like with like in the Justice League animated series, how like they would get beamed up like Star Trek. It's that, but
he can
80
go
feet in the future.
Yeah, other spots.
Yeah, that's what they did to solve it. And then there was a motorcycle that each character could ride. It was the same one.
Because you need a motorcycle.
Motorcycles are cool. You know the rules.
Right.
But IGN, in their article, specifically said, we played it and didn't like it.
Yep, that was the headline, which is crazy. That's a wild headline for a preview. It wasn't the review video. It was the preview video. So I feel like they're setting the table for the review to let you know, like, don't get your hopes up.
Yeah. To be fair as well, if you read their preview, I don't think that there's many bright people at IGN anymore, because one of their main complaints was that the Flash, his boss fight, they were complaining because he was too fast.
Yeah. The Flash. Who'd have thought, right? The Flash. It's too quick.
Too quick of a character. And it was a hard boss fight.
Almost like that's his whole thing.
It's crazy. So that's kind of... I don't... No offense to you, IGN, but when you say things like that, it's hard to take you seriously, if that makes sense.
Who's this Flash person?
Like, I understand saying that he's fast and it was a hard boss fight, but saying that he was too fast is just stupid. If I'm being honest. Yeah, there's no better term. That's just stupid. What the fuck are you thinking, bruh?
You took my life, Alan! Now I'm gonna take yours! You lose. Get ready for the Flash next.
Switch 2 is coming this year. The rumored date is September.
Because of?
Oh, that's right. The AI shark, previously known as Game Shark. Shout out to my OG gamers who know what a Game Shark is. Remember codes?
I remember
cheats.
them. That's how I played Grand Theft Auto 5. I didn't play the story at all. I couldn't beat it because I was a bad gamer at that age.
You didn't play Grand Theft Auto 5, you son of a bitch. Remember?
Oh no, San Andreas.
I thought you were making a joke.
Oh no, I've never played that. I'm not going to play that one.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not doing that. I played San Andreas exclusively with cheats because I couldn't do the story for the life of me. And I was just like, I can't beat these missions. It was the train one.
I remember that mission.
Yeah, the train mission. For some reason, it kept glitching me out.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And I was just like, you know what? I don't want to play this anymore. I'm just going to exclusively spawn a tank.
But that's how you played Grand Theft Auto back in the day.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? Yes. The AI Shark company mentioned that they had some things in development for Switch 2, which was going to release in September of this year, which obviously is going to lead internet hysteria into thinking Switch 2 fall 2024. Now, I don't think that's a bad guess. It's probably at least close to the date. Yeah. Because they're gonna that's gonna be their holiday thing. Or not.
I honestly
because
feel
it could come out like
a month or two before
summer or something, and then they just have things releasing for the fall.
That's what I was more so thinking. I feel like we learn of the Switch 2's existence more so, and like its actual look and like what it is very, very soon. Like
it would have
out
to.
of nowhere. Yeah. We're gonna see it. Like 1 week they're just gonna say, hey, there's a direct tomorrow.
My guess is by spring. March, April. By that
right
time,
on our birthdays.
Yeah, right. Sometime between now and max April sometime, we're going to get a Switch 2 presentation.
For sure. Now, here's my question for you. The Switch 2. How many are you buying on release?
One.
You're only buying one?
Why would I buy more than one on release?
Because you have a wife and a child. So I would assume you would at least get the wife one. I would think.
No.
Oh, okay. That's fine too.
She got a Switch, and she got her Switch, I want to say, a year or two after me.
All right.
They're
it's a good
not,
gift, though. Dude, you think about it. It's a good, simple, easy gift. You're welcome, Adrian, for your Christmas present
now I'm
this
like,
year.
fuck, if she sees this. There will be one Switch 2 in this household this year. None of them are
There'll
die
be one
hard.
Switch 2 that you'll play 1-2 Switch on?
Damn, that was bars. Get a Switch 2. Right. Whenever they feel like telling you when it's happening. I'll have one. I'll be the Switch 2 reporter.
The Switch 2, I'm not getting it.
So that's why I said I'd
I'm not doing that. I don't even own Mario Kart for the Switch 1. So now here's the question. Does the Switch 1 become the Switch 1 now, or do you just call it the Switch?
Well, I don't think the Switch 2 is going to be called the Switch 2.
What do you think it's going to be called?
All right. I actually think, or I think it should be called the Super Nintendo Switch. The
That's
microphone didn't like
that
idea. That has to stay.
Sometimes you're gifted with things.
Yeah, that was a gift. My microphone said, nah, fam, I'm out. I don't like that name.
That was so good. Oh my god. Holy shit.
Mike said, bullshit.
I don't hate that, but I'm like cry laughing from that.
I think they need to return to the old naming conventions, and I would love for it to be called Super Nintendo Switch.
I think that's a valid name, actually.
Yeah.
I think, here's the thing, that's the correct answer. Like, that's just one where it's like, it makes sense. The boardroom should have thought about this 3 years in advance and had this written down already. Right. But they don't, because we're sitting here in Pennsylvania bumfuck area. Hire us, Nintendo. We're doing the news now. God damn it. We're fucking newscasters. But
now, a name.
What's the name that you actually think it'll be? Some dumb bullshit.
This is hard. Because I haven't thought about this yet. I don't know, like the Wii U naming. It'll be like Switch U, or it'll be called like Switch something, like Switch Together, like some stupid family Nintendo bullshit.
So my guess is because we had a news story that was kind of a leak, but not really a leak, and also just like a, like a little bit of a guess where the screens would slide. You remember that article? I don't know if it's been fully debunked or if it was just, stated. But if they do that, and it's the 2-screen thing that you can slide the upper screen up, it's going to be called the Switch Slide.
That's not a bad name.
Yeah, the Switch Slide. Nintendo Switch Slide. The upper screen slides up top, so you get 2 screens at the same time.
So you think they're going back to DS?
But you can play it solo screen. The 2-screen either extends your screens for certain games, or it is incorporated in the game depending on what game you're playing. That's what I feel like they would do if that was an accurate article.
I like the name the Switch Slide.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah, I do. I think that's a good name.
But then they'll probably do something stupid, call it like the Switch X.
I hope don't call it
Switch Infinite.
I don't want Infinite in my console title.
Omega Switch.
You know what? None of these names are technically as bad as like Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
And that's the name. For all that, they should have just called it Xbox. And now this is the convention and you can get the Series X model. I mean, obviously that's what it is.
It is what it is, but it's not how it's advertised.
That's not how it's advertised as Series X.
Which is, now that you bring that up, that is extremely strange thinking about that out loud. Because they just need to advertise it as Xbox, but they don't.
Yeah.
That's so weird. That's why they're failing. They're fucking dumb.
The name sucks.
Here's another thing that I think is stupid about Xbox before we leave this news section and get back to the guys that already recorded and talked about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck is there two different versions, the X and the S, and why is one better than the other? Is X the better one or is S the better one?
X is the better one.
Is it just because it's later in the alphabet?
S is the budget model. I don't know then why there's an S and an X.
What does the S stand for, do you think?
Extreme!
Is it the standard version?
I would assume S is standard or... I guess standard is the only word that really fits.
But then what would X be? Xylophone?
Xbox...
Series Xylophone.
Xylophone, yeah.
Yeah, there's no other Xbox Series X-Ray. That's something they should actually do. They release Xbox Series X, but it's called the Xbox Series X-Ray, and the outer shell is see-through, so you can see all the inner components.
Is that the only difference?
That's the only difference.
Then what would the S be?
Well, you don't do that. The S doesn't get that. The X is the higher quality version, so they get a different shell, and it's the X-Ray. So
I get why they put out an S, because that's like the budget-friendly version. But
for you to not play any games.
It's the Xbox Lite. That's the like Switch and Switch Lite. Because there's no disk drive in it. It's lower resolution, but still I think it's 1440.
And they still force you to play Starfield.
They force you.
Yeah. They twist your arm to play that game. But yeah.
Phil Spencer's like, do you know about our Lord and Savior, Starfield? Can I educate you?
Yes, I do, Mr. Spencer. Now leave my abode. Never come back.
He's like, I really need you to buy it. We spent a lot of money to get this company. Billions.
Excuse me, Mr. Phil Spencer. I got it for free for spending $5 on other games.
He's gonna be like, you what?
It's called Game Pass, Mr. Spencer. I don't know if you know about it. It was in your contract with Xbox that you have to advertise Game Pass games.
Then he's gonna like a crackhead, like, oh yeah, that's right. That
is right. That is why we didn't make any fucking money.
Prediction. Game Pass is going to be on Switch too.
Whoa.
I think it won't be full on like PC Xbox Game Pass. It'll be for a select amount of games.
A different library entirely. But it's the Switch Game Pass library.
Yeah. Like it'll be things that go third party and the things that they share, like Ori, because I know Ori is on both. And I think we're going to get more of that because there's the rumor that they're working on Banjo right now. And for me, it would be really weird for Xbox to not play along with Nintendo for a Banjo game, a Banjo-Kazooie game.
That's valid. That could happen.
I mean, obviously they can keep it for themselves, but that property is so intertwined with Nintendo to the point where it was a Smash character. And like I feel like it would be smart, honestly. They'd make a lot of money putting that on both consoles.
For sure.
But yeah, that's my little random prediction that just came to my
prediction
mind.
At the end of this news is that at some point Pokemon will fold and allow Pikachu to be in Pal World.
That is
as a DLC or an event that goes on as a live service event where it's a Pocket Monster collaboration. Pikachu will be in it, and you are somehow able to earn Pikachu in game, and exclusively only Pikachu. And that's it.
I can't see it because I can't see that Nintendo aligning themselves with a game like that and putting their mascot for Pokemon in it.
I think there'll be an asterisk on the Pikachu where you're not allowed to murder it, but it can murder other things if you do the right thing.
Pikachu is to Pal
Pikachu
World.
is a murderer if you think about it.
Well, yeah.
He's trying to murder Team Rocket every single time that he zaps them. If you think.
He's electrocuted the shit out of Ash for a long time.
Yeah. He's bad. Yeah. He's evil. He's
Pikachu,
a fucking criminal. He's a war criminal.
Oh, then he belongs in Pal World.
Exactly. That's why he's got to be there.
Then you need, but they also have Blastoise. Blastoise has cannons on his back.
That's always been an interesting thing. That those are actual guns that grow out of his back, even though they shoot out water. If you think about it, that's kind of weird that happened. That was like, that is so weird. Why did they do that? They didn't do that for any other Pokemon, did they? Like that, like it brought in like a real world type thing.
See, for me, it's hard because I only know Pokemon to a certain point.
Well, yeah,
you know way more.
But like Gen 1 though, like if you look at Gen 1 as a whole, not Pikachu, who are we fucking talking about? Blastoise. When he evolves into Blastoise, he gets like metal cannons. Those are metal.
Yeah.
Because they're like reflective
literally
and shiny.
Water cannons.
So like, but there's no other Pokemon that gets something like that through any evolution. Like the only thing that's similar is I guess Abra and Kadabra and Alakazam with the spoons. But I just figured he stole them from a Denny's. Nope. Thank you for watching Save Before Quitting News. Now we're going to take you guys back to Chris and Ant in the past. We're going to talk about something.
We're about to end the show.
Yeah, they're going to go end the show for you guys and stuff.
And a new, maybe reoccurring character appears again after this news.
Stay tuned. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Now we're at the outro.
Well,
that was something.
That was, man.
Yeah.
Couldn't have done that any better than we did.
Hell yeah.
Well done on the news section.
We did great on
that. That
it.
was incredible.
That's going to be the news from now on. It's going to be nice. It's going to be its own video too.
Yes.
But it's still going to live in the podcast.
Very true.
So,
if you just want the news that week, go watch the news video.
And let us know what you think down in the comments below of our news stories and all the news stories that we covered in this week's podcast. And let us know what you want us to cover in the Discord. Because that's where we post all this shit. And we look and see which one's the one that we should actually talk about and which one's just boring bullshit.
Join the Discord. It's a good time. Get hyped for games with us. Show us what you're playing right now. We got a workout section. Show us what workouts you're doing when you hit the gym. What else we got? What did you pick up this week? Games, action figures, comics, whatever. Did you pick something up? Food? Put it in the weekly pickups channel. Yeah. We have fun in the Discord. Join the Discord.
Yeah. Links are always down in the description below, as always. I don't really know what else to say in the outro now that since like we just had the news happen.
I know.
It's almost like we're at like the secondary shilling part, I think.
We are.
So
save letter B, number 4 quitting on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube.
And if you're here from the beginning of the podcast, you will remember that is Titty, T-I-T-T-Y, Titty Gang, baby.
Titty Gang. Titty Gat.
Titty Gat.
And we already talked about the Discord. Join the Patreon. Get 2 extra podcasts a month. Some behind the scenes, some personal stuff, some headlines, some regular news world headlines that we just make fun of.
My sad, depressing dating life.
That's another thing we're going to look back on one day and be like, remember when you were all pissed and now you got this beautiful woman?
I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon.
I just said you're going to look back and say it. I don't have a timetable for you.
You're just at one point, motherfucker.
We don't know. Next week, you could be like, man, well, it was crazy when I was talking about those dating sites.
Hang on.
Let's see.
We'll see what happens.
Follow our journey. You'll see. Yeah, man. We appreciate you guys joining us for the 2024, the new edition of the podcast, SB4Q. This is 4.0 now.
Yeah. This is like the 4th big change we've done. We've got tons of new content coming at you soon that are kind of based off of old content we've already done. We're working on some stuff with Figure Friday, since that's no longer happening on Twitch every single week, because nobody's watching a Twitch stream on a Friday night, which is just the straight and narrow of it, you know?
Hey, maybe we could show like a replay on Friday nights if people just want to join on Friday and just hang out and just watch the VOD.
We're definitely going to be streaming more as well.
Yes.
Also, a little comeback of a series called Classic Games Only, CGO.
CGO is back.
Yeah, but in a video format, or are you going to stream it? And then
I'm going to stream 2, but I think I'm also going to incorporate video.
Like a voiceover type thing. Okay, sweet. So that'll be coming, and then also sometime... Save before 5.
Oh yeah, that's also a thing that we do. That we will be doing.
That will be happening probably. I would say that the first one will be out by March.
The craziest part about that is we recorded the whole thing.
Yeah, but then we had to re-record it because the audio was scuffed. But we haven't even done that yet because this.
Yeah,
we've been changing so much that
too many changes.
Yeah.
I mean, not too many. Necessary changes.
Necessary changes that have led to other new things falling behind, but they will still be there.
Necessary changes that also led to us being inspired to do other changes.
Yeah. Honestly, that very much is the case. I just want to make shit now. Constantly. And just make as much shit as we can for funsies. And
hell yeah.
If y'all want to fucking watch along, then do it. Subscribe, like, hit a bell or 2. I don't fucking know.
Hit the like button, smash that shit, homie. You know what I mean? Hit the like, hit the bell and get notified. Leave a comment down below.
Put him pop.
Know what?
Nothing.
What'd you say?
Put him pop.
This is Bill Flav over here. Flavor Cosby. Boy. Do that shit. Join, like, subscribe, comment. Email us, buy a shirt, bitch. Do all of that.
That whole entire thing is just going to be an entire TikTok by itself.
Bet.
Hell yeah. Now, signing off from both me, I'm Chris, and this is Bill Flav.
Bill Flav or Flavor Cosby or Ant, if you just want to call me Ant.
If you want to be accurate.
Yeah, if you want to be.
But if you want to have fun, you can do that. Find us all in our Discord and all that jazz.
Our
Before you
Discord.
become a amalgamation of 2 people that probably should never be together at the same time.
Nah, they shouldn't even be in the same place.
Make sure you guys always
save before quitting.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks. You know what that is?
A fortnight. You son of a bitch.
That's where like the screen just stops. Like, see you next time. Fades out.
Fades.
Play us off. There's a jazz band currently playing in the background.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good. Yeah, they're doing pretty good over there.
They are doing good.
Yeah.
That's the Save Before Quitting band you hear playing us off.
The Save Before Quitting band.
That's Quitter and the Quitettes.
I want to do that now, dude. That'd be such a funny fucking bit.
You have to just go on a old late night talk show like Conan or Jay Leno where they have the band, but make every face of the people in the band our faces.
Emojis from our Twitch.
Yeah, just playing instruments.
I'll make it so the singer has the mouth cut. Just like in a South Park, the Canadians. That's how you animate. That's what I have debt for, is to animate that.
Right, you might as well animate. Get your money's worth.
Man, this is going to be a lot of work, but it's going to come out good, I think.
You don't have to do that. I feel like that's a work.
No, I'm just saying the whole podcast is going to be a lot of work, and it's going to be fun.
And that's why we have time now.
Yeah. This is so much better of a schedule. Because now it's... What fucking time is it right now? It is only 10 o'clock. It is only 10. We have so much time, but also I could also leave if needed. I don't even know. We could do whatever the fuck we want.
It's wild as a video game podcast, and it's on me for the most part. But we have so much access to so many video games, and then it's just like one day we should play video games. It's the end of that fucking thing you sent.
Yeah.
I'm a retro gamer. I don't play fucking video games.
Yeah. True. It's all good though. Well, there's not many games that I think that you and I need to play right now at the moment, if that makes sense. Like, I think it'd be fun to play Mario Wonder together because I'm terrible at Mario and you're a god at Mario. Even if I played as fucking Yoshi, I'd still find somehow way to die, knowing my luck.
I think you can still die if you fall in like pits.
I would do that exclusively and not even on purpose. I'm just that fucking bad at platformers, and it's gonna be a time when Prince of Persia comes out. But yeah, that's it.
That is it.
Go away.
Bye.
Go watch something else.
You know too much.
There's a recommended video coming up in like 5 seconds. Just autoplay that shit.
Yeah. Who even knows what it is?
Jesus, what the fuck are you watching?
I can't find the map. There it is. Bye.